Welcome to Everyday Reviews. I'm Brian.
And I'm Cynthia.
If you're new to the channel, we put out a new video every week.
Yeah, it's not only about cars, it is from everything from everyday use.
Yeah, travel, cooking, gadgets, you name it. So make sure to check that channel out if you haven't. If you like the content, hit that subscribe button. Well, today we have a very special review. So special, I got all dressed up even.
So do I.
We're going to review what's possibly the smartest car in the world.
And super fast.
And it's an EV. It's a Mercedes-Benz EQS 580.
Now let's start with the shiny front.
Yeah, it's very shiny because, being an EV, there really is no front air intake or no grille. So you have this glossy black area on the front here. And you may have noticed on some other videos or pictures that some grills have the actual TriStar little ones all over the place. And that is included if you get the sport appearance package, which this one doesn't have, which is unfortunate because it really does accentuate that big, huge TriStar in the middle there.
Yeah, those stars are not free.
No, they're not free. So, but what is free, this does come with a lot of standard equipment. So you get standard digital LED lights on here. And basically, unless you get the white or the gray, all the other colors that they offer are free. You don't pay anything extra. So this is the black onyx. It's a little bit overcast right now, but when it's sunny out, it actually has kind of like a
glitter, shiny
bronze type of look with this black, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I really like the front. This light belt connect both sides of front lights. It's also LED.
Yeah. And they join up over here, and you have these three little signature or accent lights, which are synonymous to S products from Mercedes. And look at this hood. It looks so flat and wide. Like it almost looks like you have like flares in the front. And currently, this is the most aerodynamic vehicle you can buy.
Yeah, it's only 0.2.
0.2 for the drag coefficient. Yeah, so looking here, I don't know if you can tell, but they have this coating on this window, this blue coating. It looks kind of cool, right? Yeah. I don't know what it is, but
super cool. But I always like electric cars. Show me the frunk.
Yeah, show me the frunk. Well, unfortunately, there is no frunk on this. There's even no actual easy way to get into the front compartment because underneath the hood here is a whole bunch of electronics and the drive motor for the front wheels as well. So they really don't want you to messing around up front there, so much so that if you need to add windshield washer fluid, they have a very special little port on the side. It's the fanciest windshield washer port filler I've ever seen.
Standard, it comes with 20-inch wheels, and this was equipped with 21-inch multi-spoke wheel, and it maxed out at 22 inches.
Yeah, there's a lot of spokes here, but there is a kind of additional ring. I think these are designed for aero as well, which is pretty nice. It's a good-looking wheel. Coming over here, we have these power retracting door handles, and what's really nice is, that they have some sort of an electrical actuator or lock on these doors. So we're on a slope right now, and I can open it and just let it go, and it's going to stay wherever I hold it. Now, we've seen products like this in like the Porsche Panamera, but on that product there, that was a mechanical product. This is electrical, and it has a much stronger hold. And it's really important, especially like when we live on a slope right here, and it's a really narrow driveway. So when we have two cars parked here, it's always hard to get in and out, and we don't want that door swinging into the other one. I can just hold it right there, and you can hear it actually lock in. Now, on some other videos we've seen, apparently there is a feature called comfort doors. Yeah, and I watched a couple of videos on here, and basically they're power doors. You can walk up to the vehicle, it'll sense that you're near. It has sensors in it so it won't bump into things, and it will open the door for you. and you can close the door by power as well. It's pretty cool. In Canada here, I'm not sure if it's available. I went on the Mercedes-Benz Canada website. I can't see where you can add that feature on, so I'm not sure. If you know, leave a comment below. This does have soft close doors. However, on the driver's side, there's no soft close. I'm not sure if there's a setting for that, but these are soft close.
And for size-wise, it is very similar to the regular S580.
Yeah, so that's the long wheelbase version of the S-Class, by the way. So the wheelbase is the same. The length is pretty well the same. This one's a little bit more narrow, but yeah, different shape though. Different shape. Different shape. And you'll see in the back, we get something that's a big benefit to this shape though.
At the back, I really love the design. Look at the lights go across the back. At the end, they have those spiral details. Look super fancy.
I never even noticed the spiral details until you actually mentioned them to me. And yeah, it kind of mimics the front with the light bar, except this one's in red. And it's a very clean design. You have the tiny little lip spoiler, no exhaust pipes, of course. Yeah, it's fairly clean. This does have a hands-free power trunk, so you can actually just kick underneath there, or you can just go and just pull that up. That's where the rear camera is hidden as well, so there's no muck there.
Voila, look at the size of that trunk. Super impressive.
It's really, really, really big. When I first opened it, I was shocked how large it is. It's just under 600 liters. This is definitely more room that you can get in the S-Class. And being a hatch, it makes it so easy to load things in and out. I was able to put our travel trunk as well. I threw in a paddleboard in there just to show you how much room there is. You could literally probably fit, I don't know, maybe six sets of golf clubs in here, probably. Yeah, and there is additional storage underneath. Right now we have a tire inflator because there's no spare tire. And you have your Mercedes-Benz charger. That's the 110 charger. That'll stay in there. Takes a long time to charge that way. And the only caveat on this particular one that we're driving right now is this has white carpet. It looks great. Not the most functional for sure, especially if you're going to be loading things in and out, or if you have kids like us. But definitely enough room for this to be a family vehicle.
Definitely no shortage of storage. And on both sides, they also have those hooks for additional bags. But they were put so far behind, so hard to reach over here. But it works, it's there.
It works.
Yeah, on the top also there are two buttons, one just for closing and one you can lock the trunk. And let's close it up and go inside.
Well, we got a little bit of downtime. We found a DC fast charger. It's empty, so might as well put a little juice into this before we go for our drive. We're sitting in the back of the EQS, checking that out. But before we talk about the back, let's talk about the front. Go ahead.
He just takes me all over the place.
And you always say I don't take you anywhere, right?
Oh, here we go, our date. Yeah, the interior is absolutely stunning. And then that massive, impressive 56-inch hyper screen, it looks super futuristic.
Yeah, that screen really is the star of the show. When people see this vehicle, yeah, they know it's something different, but it's usually the interior that really gets them, for sure. So it's actually not, it's 56 inches of glass, but it's not a 56-inch screen. It's 3 screens, 2 12.3-inch screens, one on the driver's side, one on the passenger side, so the passenger gets control as well, and you have a 17.7-inch infotainment screen in the middle. So this new MBUX system uses what's called zero layer. So they've really simplified things. They made all the important things right up front for you. So you don't have to dive into many menus. Did you notice anything different at all at that?
Oh, big time. You know me, that I have no patience. You call this zero layer, I call that zero patience. I have this, all that tech stuff up there. But this makes it so easy for me to use. You know exactly where to find the feature that you're looking for. And something, if you for sure can find, like I still could not find where to turn on that steering wheel heat, I just asked Mercedes. I just tell her that my hands are cold. she'll turn that on for me.
I have to admit, I can't find that steering wheel heat either, but yeah. So you just ask her, and she can do things, like change the temperature for you. She can turn on the massaging seats, which this was equipped with in the front seats as well. She basically responds to the commands based on where you're sitting. I'll just say, turn on the massage, and she'll just know that it's me.
Yeah. So you call it a smart car.
That's why she is so smart. But another thing why this vehicle is probably one of the smartest vehicles is air quality wise. Okay, this is equipped with the premium package. So we get things like the massage seats, the head-up display, but we also get quad zone climate control. So every passenger can control their own separate climate temperature. But this also has an enhanced air filtration system as well as a stinky fragrance
Yes, for
dispenser. Oh yeah, don't like that, but anyways, some people like it. Cynthia likes that, but the filtration system, it uses a HEPA filter, and the system actually measures the air quality on the outside and on the inside. It displays it for you, and it can actually control the actual vents and actually block off incoming air if it senses that the air is too dirty on the outside. Maybe you're going through a construction zone or something like that. But it also works in conjunction with the GPS. So if you live in an area where you're going through lots of tunnels and things, it'll know when you're going through a tunnel, it closes all those intakes off, so you're going to recirc. So that's pretty smart. And the overall look, yeah, you have a big, huge glass display, but it's how they integrated that display into the rest of the dash, which I really think is really impressive. You have this nice contrast stitching, blue, I love blue, and then you have this bronze color, but it's all the lights in here. So you can control, you can multicolor for ambient lighting, and it's interactive as well. So depending on what drive mode you're in, or even if you're controlling your temperature settings, when you go up or down in temperature, you can see the lights change as well. And it's really, really stunning, especially when it gets a little bit darker here.
Yeah, and yeah, it's totally customizable, which I like a lot. Also, I really enjoy the storage up front there. There are like plenty of storage up there, including that under console storage.
Yeah, that's really handy. A lot of people like to put things in there, or maybe handbags and things.
Yes.
And then that middle console in the front area there that houses your connections for your USBs. It's all finished with this beautiful walnut finish. It's really reminiscent of a very high-end vintage boat. I like the pillows, by the way. The pillows are nice.
Yeah, it's extra support.
Pillows are nice. Now these seats, the seat bottoms don't feel like they're that long, and they do not move. You can't slide them back and forth. However, you can get a rear seat package, like an executive package for this, so that probably might give you a little bit more comfort.
For $7,000.
For $7,000. You could also get screens for the back of the front seats for entertainment package. And with those screens, believe it or not, you can go to the Mercedes Me store and you can download games, which there's a couple of games in here, but you can download games. So for all those people that are looking, hey, my Tesla can play games, or you can download games as well on here. And if you have the rear screen, you can actually play multiplayer with the people in the front and the back, which is kind of neat. But one thing that I cannot find now, depending on where you live, you might have different packages that we have in Canada. But on the Canadian website for Mercedes, I've looked through all the packages, done all the builds, and I can't find a package that gives you sunshades for the rear or the back at all. And that's kind of odd for a vehicle in this class, right? So, it's like, yeah, I have looked. But anyways, if you know that if you can get them, leave a comment below. Maybe it's some special option, whatever, that's a hidden menu
or different
item.
Market.
Different market here. We have the Burmester stereo. Light up seat belts. I thought this was exclusive to the EQS, but apparently someone said that you can get that on the S-Class as well for the last generation. Okay. And one other thing that for me that stands out in this is it's kind of odd, is that even though this is an EV, so there is no drive line going to the rear, There's still a hump. It's not a very big one, but there still is a hump in the middle. I wish that it was just flat. You know, I don't know.
Well, we're talking about the shape because of the hatchback. You know, you do sacrifice a little bit headroom here, but yeah, not a lot of complaint for size.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm only 5'8", and you are.
I'm like 6'9".
Fits him, so fits
No,
everybody.
no. I'm about almost 5'11", slowly shrinking. But no, yeah, you're right though. There could be limiting for someone taller, especially since these seats don't recline. Actually, do they recline? No, they don't.
I don't think
No,
so.
they do not.
No.
They do not.
I also really like those slim designed reading lights. Something else about that is a double panel roof. Actually, one of them can be opened up.
Which is the front one.
Yes.
This one does have sunshades.
Yes.
Just no sunshades for the side windows. I don't know.
Something always to find complaining about.
So should we unplug and go for a drive?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go for a real date.
Okay. Whoa. Of course, with an electric vehicle, you get the instant torque. And this EQS 580 comes standard with all-wheel drive. You have a fairly large battery on here. It's 107 kilowatt hours. It has really good range of 547 kilometers, well, that's 340 miles. And horsepower-wise, 516 and 631 pound-feet of torque. Yeah, so 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, just over 4 seconds for this massive vehicle. It's pretty impressive. And you know what? There are faster luxury EVs out there, or quicker, I should say, and sportier, but I honestly think that anything that can do 0 to 100 in 4 seconds, that's enough for a luxury car. And with this linear power, it just goes hand in hand with luxury in my mind. You know, it's like even when you accelerate really hard, it doesn't, you get sucked back, but it doesn't slam you back like, you know, like a sports car would. So it's gentle and smooth, like, wow.
Well, yeah, the only thing you need to watch out is your speed so you don't end up getting a ticket.
Absolutely. So you've been driving it quite a bit. What do you think of it?
I really like the no lagging time or no lag time. I
Yeah.
don't know what's the proper word to say it.
It's instant, yeah.
Yeah, it's super instant, and I know a lot of people don't like the brake part of it. It is a little bit spongy or soft, but I got used to it fairly quickly. Really love the turning radius.
Well,
Yeah.
well, for sure. So the EQS comes standard with rear wheel steering. It's 4.5 degrees of steering. However, if you go with the premium package, which is the $7,000 package that we have here, you get an enhanced version. So you go 10 degrees of rear wheel steering. At slower speeds, it turns opposite of the front wheels. So it gives you this really, it's just tight turning. And for a vehicle that's over 17 feet long, it has like a turning radius of like a Honda Civic.
Yeah,
Which is,
and
you know, it's
I
crazy.
remember the first time I took it out and had a right turn, and after I asked Brian, like, I felt I was gonna hit the curb somehow.
Yeah, it's a little bit, you have to get used to it because it's just so much more maneuverable than you would expect when you first get in here. And of course, when you are in parking lots, you know, parking, it's really handy for that, but you do have to get used to that though.
Yeah, I don't know, but what do you think about the noise or the isolation?
Well, you told me that you had read some people who were complaining that it was loud, and we are on this one road which we film quite often on, and it's a very loud road. And I think we filmed like the GLS on this road as well.
The
And
G-Wagon.
the G-Wagon as well, but it's pretty quiet to me. What do you guys think? I don't know, like these mics pick up a lot too, so it's fairly quiet. I have no issue with the noise at all. There's a lot of sound insulation, even in the trunk lid. If you look, there's actually a lot of insulation, and even, you know, they put a lot of insulation in this vehicle. But I have to get back to the brakes that you're talking about, the sponginess. yeah, you can get used to them, but it's not even the sponginess, you have to put a lot of effort into them. And when you have to stop quick, you got to push those brakes pretty hard. And it's something that I'm just not used to. And I think it's because it's going in between regen braking and the friction brakes. And yeah, I think they could have did a better job for sure. So what about ride, Cynthia?
The ride's soft, very gentle, but those seats, comparing to the regular S-Class, I think the seats definitely can be a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
Wraps around you better, because there's no support, what you call that, the lumbar bar?
Well, there's no on the S-Class there was the dynamic seats as well, which they would actually go and grab you and during corners and stuff like that. And this one doesn't have it. I can't see an option either when we're building it online. Now remember, we are in Canada, so wherever you live, your market might have different options. So like for instance, in some of the images you're seeing here, you see a dual multicolor EQS, and I believe that's like the first edition. So we don't have that, or that's not available here, or maybe it was, but it's not anymore. And we don't have those comfort doors and things. But we do get standard air suspension. That's why we have that nice comfy ride. This is what you would expect from a Mercedes for an S-Class type of ride for sure. But you also have some advanced safety driving features. We can go and we can turn on that, I believe it's like the drive pilot, and turn that on. We get our auto cruise, radar cruise, traffic jam stuff, everything. It'll go and basically drive for you. We are hands-free. Here are some other images of it working in action there. There's also a sensor that senses if you're paying attention or not. Some of you might be wondering about the regen braking. Now, Cynthia didn't even know really what regen braking was. Well, she knows what it is, but she didn't really use it here at all.
For me, it's regen, the one pedal driving. I'm just figuring that out.
Yeah, so you don't have to have one pedal driving for regen. When you start it up, it automatically defaults to normal. So we're just driving along right now. When I let off, there's a little bit of resistance. I can see on the charge indicator, the percentage of power, it goes down and it's into charge mode. However, I can actually go and press the left paddle, increase recuperation. Instantly you can feel, when I let go, you can feel that friction. And if I go and I hold that down, we go into intelligent recuperation. Essentially it's the automatic regen. So as we're driving here, we're coasting. Foot is off the throttle, and as we get close to another car, it's automatically slowing us down. So it's applying the brakes, giving us regen there. I like that. Some people like the one pedal drive, but for a luxury vehicle, I think the worst thing is to have a one pedal drive where as soon as you let off the throttle, it's going like, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. You know, like that's just not very luxurious.
So how much is it?
This EQS can be in your driveway for only 144,000 Canadian dollars, which actually is very, very close to the same price as the S580, which is the long wheelbase S-Class. So yeah, they're kind of the same price, but two completely different vehicles. This one has some options, of course, has that premium package, a few other things. So it's going to run you about $160,000. But yeah, like, you get a lot of vehicle though for the money. You get the power, you get the utility with that hatch. Like I said, this could be a good family vehicle. Would you prefer this or the Ioniq 5 that we have on order?
Do I have a choice?
Well,
do I?
Well, you could pick one of these and we can live out of a cardboard box. No, all joking aside, they're in two different leagues, but they're both EVs, and I know you are really enjoying EVs now.
Yeah, at the beginning, I wasn't sure about all the EV experiences because I just don't have a lot of trust into, there's no backup, right? But The more I drive about EV, the more I like it. And then they are really actually very, very versatile, especially you do a lot of errands with the family.
Good.
Totally. Consider EV for sure.
And it even makes more sense now. The price of fuel nowadays here is insane. We're getting close to $2 a liter for regular fuel. We're getting up there. And of course, if you bought an S-Class, you're going to be putting the good stuff, the premium in there. So yeah, having an EV basically filling up for like, you know, under $10 for a luxury vehicle, it's a tough thing to ignore.
And the range is getting longer and longer.
Yeah, it is. And yeah, like this thing's so aerodynamic, that also helps. But you know, as I said before, I'm just not really loving the styling of this compared, and I understand they want it as aerodynamic as possible, but I would actually give up a little bit of range for a little bit more style. Well, after a week, Cynthia, what do you think about this EQS? Did Mercedes do enough to make this EQS really an electric S-Class?
Yeah, well, you know, I'm always excited to drive an S-Class, and this one's even more special because it is the first of Mercedes electric vehicle. The more I drive it, the more I like it. The comfort level definitely can be enhanced, but overall, I really enjoy driving it.
You know what, I'm kind of on the same page as you. I do like driving it. Not a big fan of those brakes, but I love the rear wheel steering. Styling wise, yeah, it's super slippery. It's very, very aerodynamic, but I think, you know, that compromise, it kind of hit it in the styling department. I prefer the S-Class styling, and I prefer some of the more luxurious features in the S-Class itself.
Well, the styling might grow on you. I think Mercedes did a great job to put together luxury and electric. Did a good marriage there.
You know, Mercedes has always been on the forefront in technology. They really have, especially in safety technology. And, you know, earlier on I said, is this the smartest vehicle on the road? I really do think so. Is it a fully self-autonomous vehicle? Maybe not yet. But everything else, it really thinks of the passenger. And I think they've ticked all the boxes when creating this new EV for sure. And maybe if a full-size luxury sled is not up your alley, guess what? They're gonna have a whole slew of EQ products for you to choose from. So anyways, that's it for our review of the brand new EQS. Let us know, what do you think? Leave a comment below, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up.
And we'll see you next time.
Safe driving.
Ciao.